G'day and welcome back. This is the kangaroo that we took all the salt off before. So what I'm doing is just peeling a bit of the skin back. Kangaroos are very thin hide. Okay, so when you're using your knife, just be aware that it is very thin. Okay, it's very durable. As a leather, it's extremely durable, but it's not like deer and that. It's not very thick, so you can cut it and you can put holes in it. Very much like rabbit. You know, with rabbit, you don't use a knife, you use a spoon, believe it or not. And this is what you do with rabbit as well. You pretty well just pull the skin off it. But I'm not going to do that. It'll take me all day with a kangaroo. But what we do is just very, very gently. There's very, very little pressure. Very little pressure. All I really want to do is just take this very thin layer off. That's all I want to do. Kangaroo is not fat. Okay, it doesn't have very much fat at all on it. It's a very, very lean. You know, the meat's very, very lean. So really, all you're doing is when you get a kangaroo and you skin it, you can leave meat on it. So that's all you're really doing, is you're just getting this layer off. A very small amount of fat that may be on it, and if there's any meat that's left on it. But always remember, it's a very, very thin, beautiful, actually really, really nice to work with. When it curls up like this, just be a little careful. Okay, with deer you can get away with it a little bit more, but with rabbit, kangaroo you can't. So you just very, very gently. See all this bit here? Pretty well done. It's pretty much done. Just get rid of this little bit here. You see this here? Just here? I don't want to go any further than that. Okay? I can, but I don't want to go too much further than that. Just when it goes like that, just be a little bit careful. Just be very careful how much pressure you're putting on it, because you will put a hole in it. The other thing to do when you get your hides is, because they are animals that live in the wild, or domesticated can happen as well. You can't actually see because it's on the wrong side, but when I go like that, I can feel like little waves, and that's the fur here. See how the fur is in little clumps? Just be careful of that as well. Sheep get it a lot. Kangaroos often get it, but sheep are really bad for it, because what will happen is you'll hit one of those and you will cut your skin. So just be aware of that and be very careful. See something like this, it's not too big. I know the kangaroos here, I suppose I shouldn't. Well, I'm 5 foot something, not very tall, but the average red kangaroo here will be around about 6 foot. Once he stands up, he'll be about 6 foot. So, but with smaller ones like this, I mentioned earlier, you can do inlay for pillows, couch pillows. The other thing you can do once you soften it, because kangaroo, it softens beautifully. What you can do is go around, when you finish it all, just cut it up, keep that shape. See that shape there? Keep that shape. And you can put it in your baby's pram. That will be very, very soft and very, very warm for your baby. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep on going. I won't bore you for too long. with my tags, I try to keep them in as long as possible. Once that tag has been removed, I keep it. Okay, if I decide to sell the skin, I sell it with the tag, and that way, if Parks and Wildlife show the people where to get it from, they can show that it came from a legitimate source. So I'm going to keep on working on this. As you can see, there's no real flesh, there's no fat. All I really need to do is just go and pull this layer off, and she'll be ready for tanning. Okay, here's the skin. It's all finished, all fleshed. So what we'll do is I'll put some holes in him now. Or it's getting a bit late, so what I'll do is, as he's drying, see how it's turning white? I'll just gently pull on him. You do this gently because you don't want to pull the fur out. Okay? And what that will do, this is not tanned. This is not tanned, so it will go hard when it dries. But what this does is opens the fibres up. Okay? And with Kangaroo, when you do that, does make it nice and softer, a lot softer and a lot easier to tan. But that's her there. As I say, a little bit of hair comes off, but generally it's all pretty good. And as I say, what I do now is I sit quietly and I'll just pull on it like that very gently till it all goes white. Then what will happen is it will harden, but it will be a lot softer. And then what I'll do tomorrow is I'll put it in my solution and I'll put it up on my rack. Usually what I do, if I had more time, but the sun's going down, if I had more time, what I would do is I would put the holes in it and I'd peg it up, and then I would stretch it out. And that's how I would stretch it out. But because I'm losing light, I'm losing time, I'll just hand stretch it. There's a difference between hand stretching and stretching on the stretcher, is it will still have the curve. It will still have the natural curve of the animal, whereas when you pin it up and stretch it, it doesn't have that natural curve. You actually pull it out. Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much. Hit that like button, subscribe, and please share. And if there's any queries, anything you're not sure of, just leave a description down below. And yeah, that's the Kangaroo skin. Wonderful. Take care now.